Namaste, friends. My name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel, Vedic Astro Amit. Mercury Retrograde, the famous Mercury Retrograde is back. We'll talk about this. Through these videos, my goal is so you all can become your own astrologers. You can look at these transits, and I want to make it very clear, very simple, and useful information. So I'll explain things clearly. These transits, some transits are to be looked at from your rising sign, some from your moon sign. Um, this one is particularly for from the rising sign because transits can be seen from both. The difference is if you're seeing from the rising sign, that is the physical reality. That's how things manifest externally. If you want to see from the moon sign, that is how it impacts you internally, mentally, how you perceive things. So this one is based on the rising sign for the Vedic zodiac, not the Western zodiac. So look at your rising sign, wherever it is. Could be Aries or Taurus, and then follow along. Watch the intersection and then jump to the rising sign that is your rising sign. Now, there's a lot of stuff on the internet about Mercury retrograde. Every single person is an authority on Mercury retrograde. There's, the idea is retrograde. Technically, of course, we all know it's the apparent backward motion. It's not really, the planet is not going backwards. It's just like, a car going on a fast lane. And then they look over the car in the slower lane, they appears to be moving backwards. It's just that, and the planet is very close to the Earth. So first of all, physically, it is closer to the Earth. So effect is very strong. So a retrograde planet becomes more strong. It will deliver results more strongly. What does that mean? So we'll discuss that. Secondly, retrograde planet conceptually means it is shifting its gaze, it is shifting its attention, it is shifting its focus from one area of your life to the other. What that area is, we'll discuss. That's what it means. You got to understand, not just like superficial, oh, good or bad, this and that. It is essentially taking away focus from one area of life. So that means it may not give you as strong results in that area during its retrograde phase. And then it's giving you much stronger results in a different area that we didn't expect. So that's the exact meaning of retrograde. And we'll discuss what area it is taking away something and what area it is giving you extra something that we didn't expect. And so for all the 12 signs, we'll explain clearly what's happening. And if you're interested, join our courses, very in-depth practical courses. And if you want a specific, more customized and refined reading for your chart, you can book a consultation with us, VedicAstroAmit.com. And please like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for your support. So first of all, Aries rising, and I will repeat, rising sign, Aries Lagna, Aries ascendant. People still keep asking same question. We're talking about Aries rising here. And then now Mercury is retrograde going to be retrograde in your fifth house. That is Leo. Okay, so here you see Mercury is here, and then I'll explain why I'm pointing like this. And Mercury is actually going to be its tendency is to go backwards. That means the sign of Cancer is activated. And then Mercury is your third lord, of course, and your sixth lord. So that's what's happening. So what does that mean? Conceptually, a retrograde planet means Mercury is taking away some things from your that house it is sitting in. That is Leo, that is your fifth house. So you may see some challenges connected with your children, connected with your romantic relationships. And this is absolutely not a good time to invest in the stock market. Be very, very careful if you have to. So those are the areas, and your creativity may suffer. You may feel less creative in general, like, oh, I don't have enough, these creative juices flowing, but it's giving you more intuition. But the thing is, all the fifth house matters may suffer because of Mercury retrograde. But it taketh and then it giveth. So it's taking away some things from the fifth house, but it wants to give you the results of the previous sign, which is Cancer. So Mercury wants to give you results of Cancer, which we didn't expect. And so that means your fourth house, things will flourish. Um, and then also Mercury is your third lord and the sixth lord. So the things related to the third house and the sixth house will also have more opportunities. So what kind of opportunities? These are all the missed opportunities from the past. Could be from this life in the past or from the past lives. So basically, uh, fourth house may be connected with real estate, your vehicles, your inner happiness, your home renovation, just home environment, or connecting with your mother. All those things will improve. So it's a good opportunity for you to look at maybe real estate and renovation in your home, or expansion of your home, things like that. And it's going to give you like intuitive intelligence. That's what Mercury retrograde is. It's going within. It's the deep hidden emotional intelligence. It is going to give you this knack, this new insights into the areas regarding your fourth house and also third house. So it'll give you more skills. You can develop some new skills during this retrograde phase. And then also for health, this will give you improved health, some more opportunities and more strength and more ideas to improve your health. All of those areas will have opportunities which you didn't expect. So that's what's happening with Mercury retrograde for Aries rising. Then, of course, as we discussed, be careful around the fifth house matters. But fantastic uh, opportunities for the fourth house, third house, and sixth house matters. And third house, again, also communication. So Mercury retrograde, people say, oh, bad, bad, bad for communication. But for Aries rising, this is a good opportunity to reconnect, maybe do networking with your old contacts, more, reaching out through written communication, especially with your old clients or people you, even your younger siblings you haven't connected in a while. And so that's the opportunity. That's how you want to read retrograde planet. So that's for sign of Aries. Okay. Next is Taurus rising. Again, this is Taurus rising we're talking about, Lagna, ascendant, not the moon sign. So look at your ascendant. If it is Taurus, then this section is for you. So now what's happening? Mercury is retrograde in your fourth house in the sign of Leo. And then it wants to go back to the sign of Cancer. And Mercury is your second lord and your fifth lord. So what's happening here? This is the full picture. So what does that mean? Uh, as I explained earlier in the introduction also, retrograde means Mercury is taking its attention from one area of life and then moving it to a different area of life. So that means for Taurus rising, there may be less positive results or some things may be taken away with respect to your fourth house. So there may be some challenges with respect to your mother, with respect to your physical place of residence, or with respect to real estate issues, real estate investments or vehicles, things like that. So that's the big area where you need to be careful about. But then Mercury will give you additional opportunities in your third house matters, and also the second house and fifth house will flourish as well. So for finances, this will give you opportunities from the past. In other words, you may rediscover that some things in the past that didn't work out with respect to money, family wealth, those opportunities may resurface and give you a second chance. Literally, Mercury retrograde is all about giving you a second chance. And then you'll discover like hidden truth about some of those areas, your second house, third house, and your fifth house also. So, and this may also rekindle some of your uh, romantic relationships from the past that didn't work out earlier. Like people may resurface in your life. This will also give you renewed creative juices. That is the fifth house. And then your connection with siblings, younger siblings, will also improve. Your communication, in fact, will improve a lot. People say Mercury retrograde is bad for communication. You have to see what your rising sign, where it is taking place. It is actually giving you additional opportunities for your third house, which is about networking and communication, short distance travels. So those things will actually give you much better results. But yes, be careful about the fourth house matters. So that's for the Taurus rising. Next is Gemini rising. Obviously, very important anytime for Gemini and Virgo because this is your Lagna Lord. Your Lagna Lord is getting retrograde, so it's a big deal for you. It is getting retrograde for Gemini rising in your third house. Again, we are talking about rising sign, Lagna, ascendant, not the moon sign or Rashi. Okay. So Mercury is retrograde in your third house, and it wants to go back to your second house, the sign of Cancer. And then Mercury, of course, is your first lord and your fourth lord. So that's the full picture. So what does that mean? Retrograde planet means it is taking away attention or opportunities from one area of life and it's giving you opportunities in a different area of life. So for Gemini rising, your third house matters may suffer or you may uh, face obstacles, challenges, issues with respect to the third house matters. That means be careful with your relationship with the younger siblings, relationship with your neighbors, relationship with your close friends. In those relationships, there could be miscommunication, misunderstanding. And then also third house is networking and communication in general. That is especially the written communication and short distance travels. Be careful. That's the area when people talk about Mercury retrograde. Usually, it's about missed flights and this and that, but not for everyone. For Gemini rising, the short distance travels could be impacted. So yes, within the city, you may forget things at home, things like so. Be careful in your short distance travels. Also uh, you may feel kind of less courageous during this retrograde in dealing with day-to-day challenges. That is the third house. So essentially, your third house matters may suffer, but Mercury is giving you absolutely fantastic opportunities with respect to you, especially your second house, but also your first house and the fourth house. So it is giving you a second chance with respect to figuring out things about your family wealth, things about your speech and things about your food. So you may start a new diet or your speech actually will flourish. So Mercury retrograde doesn't mean all sorts of communications will suffer. It depends on the rising sign again. For Gemini rising, in fact, your speech, it's as if you'll get clues from your past. Mercury retrograde gives you opportunities from the past, missed opportunities from the past, reconnecting with the past. So you'll have a lot of intuition with respect to your speech. So you'll tap into your past experience. And so this is a good period for you to have a very intuitive speech. A retrograde planet becomes more intuitive. So you'll have your speech will become very intuitive. Secondly, this will give you a renewed confidence and about yourself, who you are, figuring out things about the first house. Also, a renewed focus on your health. This Mercury retrograde period will bring you good opportunities. Uh, you'll feel more this vitality and energy and ideas how to take care of your health. Also, your inner happiness, that is the fourth house. You will discover what makes you happy. This will also improve your relationship with your mother. Also, you can spend time at your home, place of residence, doing more things. The fourth house is activated. And also, you may discover some missed opportunities with respect to real estate or vehicles or any of the fourth house matters. So that's what's happening. And it's not a blanket same result for everybody, the Mercury retrograde. The things you read on internet are not true for everybody. So that's what's happening. That's how you want to read retrograde planet. That is it. It's literally taking away things from the house it is sitting in. So it doesn't want to stay, it doesn't want to be in that sign in that house anymore. It's saying, oh, I forgot something. I need to go back and give you something from the past that you forgot. That's what it's doing. But in the course of doing that, it actually uh, doesn't have the energy to give you results of that house where it's getting retrograde. So that's for the sign of um, Gemini. That is Gemini rising, Gemini Lagna. Next, we'll talk about the Cancer rising, Cancer Lagna, Cancer ascendant. We're not talking about the moon sign in this because this is physically how you experience is we the that we see from the Lagna transits from Lagna. So for Cancer rising, what's happening? This retrograde is taking place in your second house, and it is actually it wants to give you results of the first house, and Mercury is your 12th lord and Mercury is your third lord. So that's the full picture. So for Cancer rising, what's happening is you may face obstacles or challenges or less positive results related to your second house. So this literally, the verbal communication could be a problem for Cancer more than any other sign. Out of all the 12 signs, Cancer rising people have to be very careful in your verbal communication because Mercury is retrograde in your second house. That means it is taking away some energy, it is taking away some results from the second house because it is busy going back to the previous sign. It forgot to give you some results from the previous sign. That's what it wants to do. It's like the unfinished job. So it's an excellent opportunity for your first house matters. You will get some things from the past and you will discover who you are. That's the first house. Also, this will give you good opportunities for your health. You may start some new health routine and also more self-confidence. This will be better for written communication because the third lord is going retrograde towards your first house. And so the speech may suffer. So be careful in your speech, but written communication will be excellent. It'll actually give you intuition. So if you're a writer, this is absolutely a fantastic time for you. Write a lot of stuff. You'll have inspiration from the past lives. You'll have inspiration from past in this life. You'll have inspiration from your contacts from the past, maybe old friends or old people from past lives also. The 12th house is completely activated. Literally, you may get blessings and guidance from your ancestors. Do lots of meditation. And then also your short distance travels will be very fruitful. People say Mercury retrograde, oh, communication, travel, this and that. That's not true for every rising sign. You have to see the rising sign. So for Cancer rising, your short distance travels will be very fruitful. Um, you'll have a lot of success in meeting people, networking, going out and attending some fairs and conferences, things like that. But also foreign distance travel, not foreign distance, foreign travel could be fruitful as well. And then this is a good period to make connection with foreign people, studying foreign subjects, deep meditation, astrology, astral travel, all of that is a very powerful period for all of that. So that is for the sign of Cancer, Cancer rising. Okay. Next is Leo. For Leo rising, absolutely a very sensitive period for you. So Leo rising, what's happening is Mercury is retrograde in your first house. And it actually wants to go back to your 12th house. That is the sign of Cancer. And Mercury is, of course, your 11th lord and your second lord. Now, for Leo rising, Mercury is your money planet. Why do I say that? Because Mercury is the same planet that rules both of your big money houses, the second house and the 11th house. And that is going retrograde. That means it will give you some opportunities that you missed in the past related to your financial wealth, your family wealth, and your income as well, income from your job or business. So financially, this will give you lots of opportunities. This is going to be a fantastic period. Keep your eyes and ears open with respect to financial opportunities. Second thing is it really wants you to go back, maybe even rediscover your past lives. That's what it really wants you to do. It's activating your 12th house. Your subconscious mind will be completely activated. Do lots of yoga nidra, lots of lucid dreaming, lots of past life regression, energy healing, or even study astrology. Join some courses. So that is all the 12th house aspects are getting activated. And this may also give you some insights into some hidden things that were going on, like hidden enemies and things like that. So those will come to surface now. So you will be rewarded with more clarity in general. Okay, so that's what's happening for Leo rising. Next is Virgo rising. For Virgo rising, Virgo Lagna, Virgo ascendant. Again, we're not talking about the moon sign or the Rashi here. We're talking about the rising sign. So for Virgo rising, this is taking place in your 12th house. Okay. So the Mercury will be retrograde in your 12th house. That means it wants to give you results of the previous sign, which is your 11th house. And Mercury is, of course, your Lagna Lord and your 10th Lord. So absolutely very important period for you. As I mentioned earlier, also for Gemini and for Virgo, this is your Lagna Lord. So anytime Mercury goes retrograde, it impacts you much more than the other signs. So now what's happening? Retrograde means Mercury is taking attention from one area and it's going to the previous sign. So it's going to give you fantastic results for the previous sign, but it may give you some suffering or some obstacles, some difficulties for the sign it is sitting in because it's not interested there anymore or doesn't have the energy or the attention in that house anymore. So that means your 12th house matters may suffer. Be careful if you're traveling abroad. Be careful for dealing with foreign people, foreign culture, foreign things. Um, and then also there could be hidden enemies and things like that. But fantastic period for financial gains. Mercury will give you some missed opportunities from the past, from this life or from past lives, to make some additional money, additional income. Your income will improve a lot. Um, and then your connection with your friends will improve. That is, your social media presence will improve. So when people say Mercury retrograde, bad for communication, bad for this and that, you have to see for which rising sign we're talking about. Not this, it's not the same result for all the 12 signs. So Virgo rising people will gain a lot of recognition on social media, and then also this will bring fulfillment of desires as well because Mercury wants to give you better results or missed opportunities with respect to the 11th house. This will also improve your career, your profession, your business, your name and fame, your status, and also good for health, your personality, your self-improvement. All of those areas will improve because it's just you'll become more intuitive in those areas with respect to yourself, with respect to your personality, with respect to your career. You'll have more insights like from within, you'll discover what to do. So from the past life, from ancestors, you'll have guidance on your career and on yourself and on your financial income. So that's what's happening for the sign of Virgo. Next is Libra rising, Libra Lagna, Libra ascendant. For Libra, what's happening is this Mercury retrograde will be in the sign of Cancer. I'm sorry, Leo, that's your 11th house. And it wants to give you the results of the previous sign, which is the 10th house. And Mercury is, of course, the ruler of your 9th house and your 12th house. So that's the full picture. So when Mercury goes retrograde, in general, any retrograde planet means it is taking away attention from the house it is sitting in or the sign it is sitting in, and it wants to give you the results of the previous sign. So that means your 11th house things may suffer. You may see more obstacles or challenges with respect to 11th house matters, which is on the social media. Be very, very, very careful posting anything on the social media. Secondly, with respect to your friends, dealing with your friends, there could be a lot of misunderstanding with your friends. Thirdly, your desires may suffer. Like you may see, lack of fulfillment of desires. Finally, this may also seem like your financial income is not improving for one reason or the other. So it is like all of a sudden, Mercury in the 11th house is supposed to give you financial gains and more, business communication, all of that. But all of a sudden, you may feel that opportunities that were looking promising may not be promising anymore, or they're just on hold for these 3.5 weeks. Okay, so that's the 11th house matters. Now, Mercury is taking away some results from the 11th house, but it wants to give you fantastic results and some missed opportunities for the 10th house. So that means this is a period for consolidation of your career. You'll find more new opportunities, new ideas to implement in your career, in your job, in your profession. So that's the blessing of Mercury retrograde for Libra rising. But also, this is a good time to develop contacts with foreign people, foreign projects, even foreign travel, uh, long distance travel, pilgrimage. So Mercury retrograde is not bad for travel for everybody. You have to see the rising sign. And then also ninth house matters. So this will give you clarity um, on your dharma. You'll have more intuition, like what is my path, what is my religion, what is my spirituality. All of that is ninth house. And then intuition about your ancestors. You'll have more connection with the ancestors, past life regression, lucid dreaming. Those things are going to be excellent remedy for you during this period. So that's what's happening for Libra rising. Okay. Next is Scorpio rising. For Scorpio, what's happening is the Mercury is going to be retrograde in your 10th house mainly. Last couple of days, it'll actually go back to the sign of Cancer, but mostly it will be in the sign of Leo, but it wants to go back to Cancer. That's the intention. And Mercury is, of course, your 8th lord and your 11th lord. So, a retrograde planet means it is taking away attention, it is taking away results from the house or sign it is sitting in, but it wants to give you more opportunities and some missed opportunities from the past, and some better results for the previous sign. So your 10th house may suffer a little bit, but you'll have fantastic results related to your ninth house. A 10th house suffer meaning in your career, you may feel some stagnation or some lack of results or some frustration with respect to your profession, your business, your job, your career. And also stay away from any difficult conversations with the government officials, with the authorities. So those things may suffer. Now it's taking away attention from the 10th house, but it wants to give you positive results for ninth house. So your connection with the gurus will improve. You may become a guru yourself, more intuition to help other people, guide other people. You may have, this is a good period for higher education. You may have more clarity on your path, on your dharma, on your purpose. That's the ninth house. Also, this will give you new ideas, fantastic intuition with respect to 11th house, which is the financial income, how to make more money, things like that. You'll have a lot of intuition, a lot of ideas around the 11th house matters and also around the 8th house matters. So this is fantastic time to go deeper, discover the secrets of the universe. Your 8th house, 9th house are activated, which is deep wisdom and also sharing with the world, like being a guru. So do lots of deep meditation. Do study some esoteric subjects that will bring financial gains for you. Anyway, for um, uh, Scorpio rising, Mercury is the planet of bringing you financial gains through your esoteric studies, because it rules the 8th lord and the 11th lord. So all that is possible, but overall, the big caution is be careful at your profession. Don't have any unnecessary conflicts or any issues with the authorities. Otherwise, this is good opportunities for even long distance travel, pilgrimage. That is the ninth house. So that's what's happening for Scorpio, Scorpio rising. Okay. Next one is Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius Lagna, Dhanu Lagna, Dhanu ascendant. Now for Dhanu, Mercury is going to be retrograde, mostly in the sign of Leo. And it wants to give you the results of the previous sign, which is the sign of Cancer. And Mercury is the ruler of your 7th house and your 10th house. So for Dhanu Lagna, you may see some obstacles, some challenges, some difficulties related to your ninth house mainly. Of course, Mercury will be back physically in the sign of Cancer last couple of days, but mostly it'll be in the sign of Leo. So that means be careful with your interaction with your gurus. Be careful in terms of your spiritual path, and also long distance travel. So you got to be careful, like the classic, Mercury retrograde or difficulty in communication or travel or missed flights, this and that. So that may apply to Dhanu Lagna specifically. And also higher studies, you may face challenges, obstacles in your higher studies or with your Sangha, dealing with your Sangha, communication with your spiritual brothers and sisters, those may suffer. But Mercury really wants to activate your intuition, gives you results of the 8th house. You may see all of a sudden inheritance or share, this windfall of money from shared resources from your spouse, or and sudden changes in life. So this is a fantastic period to go deep and do some deep meditation, study some esoteric subjects. But also your relationship, you'll feel more intuition when it comes to your relationship with your partner, both business and personal partnerships. Also at work, you'll feel more intuitive. That's what the inward looking Mercury retrograde means, more intuition going within. So it is affecting your 10th house of career. So these are the areas of blessings, but the main challenges will be around the 9th house matters. So that's what's happening for the sign of Sagittarius Lagna. Next is Capricorn rising, Capricorn Lagna, Capricorn ascendant. This retrograde is taking place in your 8th house. And it is actually, it wants to go back and give you results of the previous sign, which is the 7th house. And Mercury is the ruler of your 6th house and your 9th house. So what does that mean? Mercury retrograde means it is taking away energy and attention and focus from the sign it is sitting in, which is mostly going to be Leo, except for last couple of days when it literally goes to Cancer. But you may face obstacles, you may face challenges with respect to your 8th house. So there may be some hidden things coming to surface. Be careful with respect to shared wealth. There may be some challenges with inheritance, challenges with shared wealth, and also challenges with just the secrets of the universe. Like you may feel lost, like, who am I? What's going on? So those questions may surface, which could be a blessing in disguise. But there could be challenges related to the 8th house. And if you have so many chronic diseases, you may feel pressure or, lack of improvement, things like that in the 8th house matters. But Mercury wants to give you all the blessings, some missed opportunities from the past with respect to your 7th house. Your partnerships will develop. Your business and personal partnerships will flourish, will have much better energy. You'll feel more intuition. You'll have this knack of doing the right thing with respect to your partnerships. So that'll be a fantastic positive. Then for your health also, your acute diseases, like generally taking care of your health day to day, that will improve. The 6th house matters, and your 9th house matters will improve. You will become a guru. Your relationship with the gurus will improve. And also your higher studies will improve. So you'll have more intuition in these areas. Doesn't literally mean that you'll have tons of positive results. Yes, you could have positive results, but it just will give you a lot of intuition, and naturally you'll feel connected what to do about those areas of life. So that's for the sign of Capricorn. And next is the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius rising, Aquarius Lagna, Aquarius ascendant, Kumbh Lagna. So what's happening? This retrograde Mercury is going to be retrograde in your 7th house mostly, except for last few days, it's going to go back to sign of Cancer, but mostly your sign of Leo is going to be affected. And then Mercury wants to go back and give you results of the previous sign, which is your 6th house, Cancer. And then Mercury is, of course, your 5th lord and your 8th lord. So what does that mean? When a planet goes retrograde, it is taking away attention and focus from one sign, but it wants to give you fantastic results for the previous sign, because it is like it's giving you benefit of missed opportunities. So that means for Aquarius, be careful in your partnerships, both personal and business partnerships. Very careful dealing with your partner. And in general, the communication may suffer in your relationship. So be very, very clear and open and concise in your communication with both your spouse, with your spirit, with your personal as well as business partners. But this is fantastic period for improvement in your health. Both your acute health versus chronic health, both will improve. Fantastic period because your intuition will awaken. So you'll know intuitively what to do about your health. You may start some new health routines, both for day to day, but also taking care long term, like, maybe some really more meditation daily, or going on a retreat, or how do you take care of your health long term. So you'll have some strategy for your long term health. Plus, if you're in a romantic relationship, that will improve. If your connection with your children will improve. Your children will have more intuition during this phase, to make decisions, to have some positive results in their life. You'll feel very, very creative during this Mercury retrograde. Your fifth house is getting activated. Um, there may be some sudden changes, improvement in your, you may get inheritance, improvement in your shared wealth. Those areas will also show improvement. So that's for the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius rising, Aquarius Lagna. Next is Pisces Lagna, Pisces rising, Meena Lagna, Pisces ascendant. So for Pisces, this retrograde is taking place in your sixth house mostly, except for last couple of days, Mercury will actually go back to the sign of Cancer, but mostly it'll be the sign of Pisces, Leo, which is your sixth house. And Mercury wants to go back and give you results of the fifth house, Cancer. And Mercury is your fourth lord and your seventh lord. Okay, so be your own astrologer and try to understand what's going on. As long as you know your lagna, your rising sign, you can easily follow along. So a retrograde planet means it is taking away some results from the house or sign it is sitting in, and it wants to give you better positive results from the previous sign, previous house. So that means for Pisces rising, there may be some setbacks, some challenges, some obstacles with respect to your sixth house. Your health may suffer a little bit, or you may feel lazy and not take care of your health. So the recommendation is be very, very careful with your health, Pisces rising. Secondly, there may be issues, misunderstandings, miscommunication at your work if you do 9 to 5 kind of a job. So be careful in your communication at work specifically. Uh, then there may be some, legal issues happening. So if they've been happening, so just lay low, don't take any decisions. If possible, just postpone things for at least until 29th of August. So those are the areas of possible challenges, but Mercury will give you, it wants to give you really powerful results for the previous sign, which is your fifth house, Cancer. So better time for romantic relationships if you're in one, or if you're seeking one. Better time for your children, more intuition for your children. They'll feel more intuition. Also, your connection with your mother will improve, and your connection with your partner will improve. That is the seventh house. So if you have a steady partner, your connection will become more intuitive. Or if you're looking for a long-term relationship, this will bring opportunities. Especially, you will see that some people from past life or some people from past in this life are going to surface again. So you may rekindle the old partnerships. That's the real meaning of this Mercury retrograde for Pisces rising. Also, you may get some missed up opportunities that you had. Those may surface again with respect to real estate, with respect to your house renovation, improvement in your house, all of that. So those areas will flourish for Pisces rising. So that's what's happening for all the 12 rising signs. So again, you got to be very clear what's happening for each of the rising sign. Mercury retrograde doesn't mean same thing for everybody. I explain very clearly. Watch all the sections. And also, I'm going to start a masterclass on different topics. So those will improve your understanding of different areas of life. So as I always say, be your own astrologer. Learn astrology so you can help yourself and help other people. And we're also actually going to give away a free reading. That's $200 worth of reading with me, 1 hour consultation. If you watch the first masterclass completely, and then there'll be a quiz, you can answer those questions in the Google form, and then we'll pick a winner. So that's it for this Mercury retrograde. May we have blessings of Buddha Maharaj. And thanks for your time. Thanks for your support. Thanks for liking and sharing and subscribing to our channel. That means a lot. That keeps the channel going. And I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.